Tapanuli orangutan. 2017. Scientists thought they knew all the great apes. They were wrong. Deep in the Batang Toru forest of Sumatra, hidden in plain sight, a third species of orangutan was living unnoticed, not a variation, a completely different species. The rarest great ape on Earth, with fewer than 800 individuals left. It looks similar to other orangutans at first, with shaggy red fur, long arms built for swinging. But look closer, the skull is different, flatter, the hair is frizzier, almost wild, and the males have those signature cheek pads called flanges, but they're smaller, subtler. This ape doesn't scream dominance, it whispers survival. It lives higher in the canopy than its cousins, eating items others ignore, like the hard cones of conifer trees, an evolutionary branch that split off 3.4 million years ago, and we only noticed in 2017. Not because it was hiding, but because we weren't looking hard enough. A reminder that even among our closest relatives, mysteries still breathe. But discovery doesn't stop on land. Because underwater, something massive was lurking in the wrong body. Northern green anaconda. For decades, scientists treated all green anacondas as one species. Same rivers, same size, same nightmare fuel. Then in 2024, genetic testing shattered that assumption. There were two species all along. The northern green anaconda, genetically distinct, though they look identical to the naked eye. Reports suggest they can reach over 6 meters and weigh hundreds of kilos. A living freight train wrapped in scales and muscle. It lives in the Amazon and Orinoco river basins, coiling through muddy water like a submerged myth. But here's the twist. It's not about size. It's about DNA. Split from its southern cousin millions of years ago, carrying a 5.5% genetic difference. Two apex predators wearing the same skin, living parallel lives, and we only confirmed it last year. The Amazon is so vast, so dense, that an animal this large stayed scientifically invisible until now. If something that big can hide, what else is down there? But size isn't everything. Because the next discovery was small, loud, and completely unexpected. Lesula monkey, 2007. A scientist in the Democratic Republic of Congo saw a strange monkey in a local village. It wasn't in any textbook. The face was naked, pale pink with large, soulful eyes, staring like it knew something you didn't. In the young, these eyes are a piercing blue, giving them a look that is oddly, hauntingly human. The body was golden brown, elegant, expressive in ways that felt unsettling. It looked like someone photoshopped a lemur onto a guinan, but it was real. After years of field research, it was officially described in 2012. A new species of Old World monkey hiding in one of the most remote rainforests on the planet. The Lesula lives in the lowland forests between the Lomami and Chwapa rivers, a place so isolated, so untouched, that entire species can exist without ever meeting a scientist. It's shy, arboreal, and endangered before most people even knew it existed, discovery and extinction on a collision course. And speaking of armor, the next creature makes medieval knights look underprepared, scaly foot snail. Also called the ironclad snail, and yes, it's exactly as metal as it sounds. Discovered in 2001 near hydrothermal vents in the Indian Ocean, over 2,400 meters deep. This snail doesn't just have a shell, it has evolved natural chainmail. Its foot is covered in iron-plated scales, actual iron sulfide armor fused to living tissue, the only known animal on Earth to use iron this way. Why? Because it lives in one of the most hostile environments imaginable. Superheated water, toxic chemicals, crushing pressure, and predators with claws designed to crack shells. So evolution said, fine, here's a snail in knight's armor. The shell itself is triple layered. Outer iron, middle organic material, inner calcium carbonate. A biological composite stronger than most human engineering. It's a living tank at the bottom of the ocean, proof that life doesn't adapt to environments. It dominates them. But if you think armor is strange, wait until you meet the next one. Because this frog was named after the undead for a reason. Synapteranus zombie. The zombie frog. Discovered in 2021 in the Amazon rainforest of Peru. And yes, the name fits. This frog lives underground. Completely. It burrows through leaf litter and soil like a biological drill, hunting termites in the dark. Its body is short, round, almost inflated. The snout is sharp, built for digging, not jumping. And here's the creepy part. It makes a sound. A high-pitched alien buzz that echoes through the dirt, like something clawing its way out of a grave. Scientists recorded it before they even saw it. The call led them to the species. But this frog isn't rare because it's new. It's rare because most people walk right over it without ever knowing it's there. A subterranean predator named after death itself. And now we go from underground horror to mountaintop mystery. Popa langur, 2020, Myanmar. An extinct volcano called Mount Popa. Scientists found this primate first in a museum jar, preserved specimens from decades ago. DNA testing revealed something shocking. This wasn't a known species. It was something new, hidden in plain sight on a shelf. Then they went looking, and there it was, living in the wild. Fewer than 250 individuals clinging to survival on volcanic slopes and scattered forests. The face is pale with dark eye rings, like it's wearing built-in spectacles. The fur is golden brown, elegant, ghostly. A primate discovered in reverse. Dead specimens identified before the living population. And now it's critically endangered, racing against time before anyone outside science even knows its name. But beauty isn't always large. Sometimes it fits on your fingernail. Peacock spider, not one species, 90 species. Tiny 8-legged dancers, no bigger than a grain of rice. Most discovered in the last 2 decades. Found across Australia, these spiders rewrite the rules of arachnid behavior. The males don't just hunt, they perform. When courting, they raise a flap on their abdomen, a colorful fan of iridescent blues, reds, and golds. Then they dance, legs waving, body vibrating, moving like a microscopic backup dancer auditioning for survival. If the female isn't impressed, she simply turns away, leaving him to dance for a ghost. In the evolutionary game, rejection is just as deadly as being eaten. His genetic line ends right there. Each species has its own color palette, its own routine. Some look like peacocks, others like rainbows, firebirds, or living stained glass. Scientists keep finding new ones. Because Australia's biodiversity is so dense, even spiders get creative. Proof that evolution isn't just about survival. Sometimes it's about style. And now, the final discovery. One that literally walks on the ocean floor. Walking sharks. Not one species, multiple. Over the last 15 years, scientists have identified at least 9 species of sharks that walk. Yes, walk. Using their fins like legs, they stroll across coral reefs and shallow seabeds in Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and northern Australia. They're small, around a meter long, and they hunt at night. Crabs, shrimp, small fish. Anything slow enough to catch. But here's the evolutionary twist. These sharks evolved recently, within the last 9 million years. They're babies in shark terms. While their ancient cousins roamed open oceans, these sharks said no thanks and started walking instead. When the tide goes out and pools of water shrink, they don't panic. They just walk to the next one, surviving out of water for hours, reef hopping, nocturnal predators that rewrote the definition of what a shark can be. And they're still evolving, still adapting, still walking. From apes hidden in forests to sharks that walk, from armored snails in the abyss to spiders that dance, the last 2 decades proved one thing. We don't know this planet as well as we think. And somewhere right now, another species is waiting to be found. If you made it all the way here, hit subscribe, Drop a like and tell me in the comments which new discovery blew your mind the most.